I don't know. We'll have to ask Hutch what his explanation is, but I can guarantee...
Hutch doesn't even need an explanation. Hutch can just say, I was listening to Kyle.
No, he's going to blame me somehow.
Think so?
Somehow, yep.
Ah, dude, that's crazy bad, man. I don't know. Maybe Blaustoise has like a better response to it as to why it happened. I mean, Hutch even says at the beginning, before he even shoots her, you know, he's already kind of like acknowledging that he's just listening to higher ups to his chat, right?
I think he's trying to justify it to his chat. I think he wanted to murk her because he was bored and he thought it'd be funny.
Kyle explains himself at the 2-hour mark of his VOD today. Like I said, I absolutely want to know if we're missing context here, or if we're missing some sort of reasoning or explanation as to why it would have gone down like that instead of a normal escape and, you know, chase.
Today, so my voice
Is he low for you?
am I low? I don't know.
Yeah.
Which one do you guys want to know? It's about the boat one or the one that I got breached on? Bro, I'm the king of getting breached, by the way.
I want to know why the fuck they breached you guys.
You know what? You want to know why you're the king of getting breached?
Can't really hear
because
very
you
well.
let it happen.
Hell yeah. The one we got breached. So the thing was, and to be fair, I didn't. This is like one of those things. Like
I'm
there,
at
there are a
200%
lot of
chat.
rules. I think it'd be helpful if like the rules were more easily kind of like accessible, or if we put them in more places. Like I honest to God did not know that. And again, it's now like a server rule, but apparently the cops are like, you don't resupply, right? Like the idea of like negotiating for a resupply is just something they don't do.
Okay.
I understand why they do. And I
So wait,
understand
which
why
one are we talking about? We
negotiations
talking about yours?
this is me and Jack. We
Okay.
actually did resupply. We had someone else come to the bank and drop us off thermite. Now, if we were really smart, what we could have done is just had that person be a part of our crew and just came to the bank and then just like chilled with us. Like that would have actually been
Okay.
like that would have probably avoided it.
But
Anyways,
since they
we
let
did
you be, since
resupply.
they let you, I mean, wouldn't they just say no? You're not allowed to resupply then at that point.
I mean, we just had the person like drive up and like. I
Gotcha.
think I don't even know how the negotiations went. That one was weird because there was a lot of like. There was confusion in the negotiation. I think it was like a cadet handling it, and like Jack was doing negotiation. It was just like a weird situation.
Okay.
Obviously, like I can't be like, yeah, I was totally cool with it. I was definitely, man, I'd muted the game and me and Jack went and played Valorant.
Yeah.
I was obviously frustrated. Yeah, I mean, like, I think some people miss context on this. So I will actually tell you, Sab reached out. I was like, hey, when there's a breach like that and a hostage like gets killed, like that's something we would want to like follow up on, like PD. And like Sab was like, wasn't happy about it, right? But this is after I've calmed down and I'm like, we did a resupply. We kind of messed the negotiations. It was just two of us. I mean, God bless, we shot the hostage. We did our work. And that hostage was apparently like, you know, going aggro on the cops and yelling at them. But I mean, I calmed down there. I was like, you know, it's whatever. Like, it is what it is. So I didn't really think it was too bad. And I didn't think it was the most like egregious breach ever.
Okay. Understandable.
And as far as these breaches go, and I don't want to, I don't want to talk about like the streamers or anything, but a lot of people I think confuse like doing something really dumb or bad in character, and like the punishments that you should receive in character versus is it like a rule break? And again, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that the cops in either of these situations are breaking a rule because they don't really like the idea of valuing. There's some degree of they need to value the lives of like people in Los Santos so that the PD doesn't just become a weaponized like military force like just attacking people, right? But I mean, by NVL, people are like they need to value their own lives, right? Like that's what they're really trying to value. And in this instance, they could determine, hey, like we're gonna try and like this happens in real life all the time where like cops actually will like shoot or breach or do something, and people's lives are put at risk. Like that's just the nature of it, right?
I disagree.
But you have to understand how many things can you leave in the cops' hands before it's like, hey, they just decide when they take a W or when it's potential to take an L. They can decide whenever they want to just to shoot people if they feel like they have a fast enough advantage that they can save a hostage. I just don't agree with that. I think that's ridiculous because we're held back by game mechanics. You're not held back by game mechanics in real life, you know?
No, that's super fair. I mean, like that's why I mean, like look at the differences in these two situations. Like the one they breached at GG, like they were just able to gun them down. It's like it's that nature of like, yeah, if someone actually had a gun pressed to someone's head, right, that hostage is probably gonna die, right?
I mean, I think it showcases it pretty easily how fast you can kill a hostage. Jack literally put his fucking hostage down while they breached in, right?
No,
Maybe you should take that into account as an officer, right?
You should have seen it from my perspective. Me and Jack, but we didn't give a fuck about the
shoot
cops.
that
We
dude,
immediately we blasted that hostage.
Yeah, you should. But I just don't. Okay, so I can understand your situation a little bit more and why the context missing
I
there.
disagree with his too.
Really?
Well, okay.
Yep.
But speak to me more on this boat one. What if I had just done a plan that like me and the Chain Gang boys just spent an hour and a half on for more content, more RP? Maybe we do some cool swap, maybe a boat thing. You know what I mean? Who knows what it is? A helicopter, whatever, right? Why stop RP there? And why is it only the cop's decision there? Do you believe they did something wrong on this boat to justify them being shot? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like again, if you if I was giving my honest take on the boat one, yeah, I think that was kind of fucked. But from my perspective, I'm like, and this is something I kind of stand by. It's like I want to see like the consequences like in character for the cops. And I think there is like sort of lacking that accountability.
Bro, they need to be suspended just like we go to prison.
Yeah, but it'll never happen, and you know it's never gonna happen.
Right, but I mean, like that's where I'm like, okay, I think maybe it's I'll it's not like it's just we're gonna talk about. I'll probably message Sab, talk to the admins, be like, hey, like, how do we feel about these sort of situations? Like, how can like cops like have, in character?
I would like to talk to every single person in that situation about why that even went down, the boat one. Because I see myself in that situation, like I said, and if I just did an hour-long thing, like I've already been pissed off the last couple days that me and CG have been setting up these fucking huge things, and it's been like shut down pretty quickly and just crapped on us, right? And it's like, dude, if that happened at just a normal bank like heist where I was holding a hostage and complying and doing everything by the book, and I just randomly got shot, I'd be fucking livid, dude. I'd be up everybody's ass about it, And it doesn't make me any more like it makes. I'm a little less mad about it since it's not me, but I'm still kind of pissed that it happened. Period. I want to know what the justification was there from Kyle, from Hutch, from Brian.
I'll give you my take on both. As far as the Jack one, as far as I'm aware, that's a rule break now. It's been written into the rule that you can't resupply.
Yeah, now it's a rule break, so yeah, you can't do it.
Right. If there's a problem with people resupplying, then they need to report that and roll with the punches. That doesn't give them any reason to go in and breach. It's fell RP, and the same for the boat. Whenever you have a gun to a hostage's head, that's RP etiquette, right? Where you don't end that situation. You need to value that hostage's life, and if you don't value that hostage's life, it's fell role play. It's been that way forever, and there's no reason to change it now.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good point. I mean, I could see a good argument there. I mean, again, I think I'm more along the lines of like, if it's not, it's probably gray. Like, there's probably some cases where like, if there's a bunch of hostages and some cop without any comms to anyone just YOLO shoots down all of the hostages, and like, oh, I saw an opportunity. Like, that'd be a little like, I'd be like, that's fucked, right? In this situation, I think it's a gray zone. I think I'm like, I can see some people's case for why it violates the fail RP rules. Or,
I mean, they unsuccessfully de-escalated the situation, which is their main part in the as a cop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I will say this. I think the results. I think you had a really good point, son, which is the results can't justify what happened. Where it's like, oh, in this situation, the hostage didn't die, whereas like in our situation, me and Jack just absolutely gunned them down.
There should be a problem there. Someone should get fucking chewed out for that. Someone should have problems if a fucking hostage gets shot and taken out. No.
Well, I'll counter that. I don't think it's a gray area, because the problem is if you give an inch, they'll take a mile. There isn't a gray area, because if you allow the cops to shoot a hostage taker, then where is that line that you draw?
It'll always be up to the fucking cops, which is what I don't like. They already have enough that they dictate on the fucking server, right? They already are like, hey, I can use rifle whenever I want to.
You don't shoot them until you save the hostage, unless they're making demands that aren't reasonable or they're being jackasses, right? But as long as they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, there's no reason to cross that line. It's not a gray area. The line's there. You don't shoot hostage takers.
Dude, we'll even have a hostage in the middle of a fucking street, a cop hostage, surrounded 360 degrees, and we as Chain Gang still won't get shot in a situation like that until we're driving away or the hostage is out of harm's way. You know what I'm saying? there's no justification to say like in that situation it's okay not to shoot us, but in one situation where you have way less angles, way more prone opportunity to have a problem with the hostage getting shot, then you can take that opportunity. 100% up to the cops at that point. And like, why do they have that opportunity to take that into their hands?
I'm in agreement with you guys. Where I'm like, I think like, so I actually would skip on the I'll skip on the me and Jack one just because that was a weird situation where like it wasn't a server rule yet, but it was like an SOP rule for the cops. Like we just don't allow resupplies. And at the time that happened, the server rule wasn't there yet. That was just like a weird situation.
But like, dude, if you're a cop, man, you really just get your ego checked really that fucking hard that you're like, oh man, gotta get this W now, bro. Let's go, boys. Like, instead of like being like, hey, let's chase these guys now. We still have the fucking advantage anyways, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
if there wasn't an
it
issue
rubs me
with
the
the
wrong
you
way
and
both
Jack
ways.
situation, if there wasn't an issue with it, then why would the chief of police have to reach out and say, that's kind of shitty, there's a problem there, we need to look into it?
I mean, like I'm like fully like disclosed, but I mean, like I think the problem with it was like Sab wanted like in character punishments for it, right? I think that's actually the biggest disagreement here, where I'm like, I admit I actually don't necessarily know. I think it's a good talk for the admins. Probably think about it. It's like, at what point are these situations considered
I like that,
violating rules on the server versus you really fucked up as a cop and you need punishment? And I think part of the frustration there is that I don't think they're, and again, I don't play enough of my cop to really even have punishments issued, but I don't really think cops have the same degree of punishments as crims do. So
Nowhere close.
Yeah, so maybe that's where the frustration lies, is that there's no clear accountability in character.
I mean, the frustration lies that the cops should always understand that things take about 10 times longer on crims to do anything. So for people, I just don't understand like how you can just shoot somebody like that on a fucking, that's a 101 hostage negotiation, or like that's just doesn't make any
RP
sense.
101.
It doesn't make any sense to me. You like learn that first day in the city, you know what I mean? Those are, like I said, all this isn't like a cadet. Those are all everyone. RP veterans. Hutch is an RP veteran. Brian is an RP veteran, and Kyle especially is an RP veteran who has power and has been given control, right? So it's like, dude, how does that happen?
All right.
Where were you, Hutch? Where in that negotiation
you want me to lay it out for you?
No, I want you to tell me where in that negotiation did it feel like it was not a normal negotiation that made it seem like, hey, we need to shoot these guys? Okay. What was like the problem that you saw?
First off, it's not about what I saw. You understand, you have a cop character. Okay. Yeah. It's not my call, man. Like,
but I have also refused to do something with cops. You know what I mean? And you don't get punished for it. If you don't see something's right, you don't have to participate.
Yeah, well,
I have seen a cop get run over right in front of me, watch 3 other cops light into this thing, and I won't shoot at it because I know that it's just like something's wrong.
1943.
Let me. I'll tell you exactly what happened. So
no, you need to tell me what the problem was that made it outside of normal negotiations as to why they would be executed.
From what Pred said. I just woke up, so I don't remember everything exactly like how it fucking happened. I have to rewatch the VOD. But from what Pred said is that they were 2-manning a yacht, and he wasn't okay with them getting a free yacht.
Gotcha. So the W's in his hands at that point. But the problem with that is, as soon as you guys get on the yacht, it is confirmed by you and Brian that there's actually 4 people. So then,
no.
Oh, I watched the VOD, bro. Be careful.
But here's the thing. Stop fucking talking to me like that, bro.
Well, I'm pissed right now. You. This should not be a mistake.
I understand. I can hear you.
Because my thought is this. Okay, go on.
If you listen to my VOD and you listen to the other cops' VODs,
I did.
Whenever they said that there's 4 people, one of the deputies, the female deputy, goes, I think she's talking about them 2, including the hostages.
No, but then it's confirmed by Brian, and before you guys gain confirmation through the question that Brian asked, you're shooting them.
Yeah, but you have to understand, like, how many times do people lie about how many people are in a location?
That doesn't matter.
And we've only at this point seen
say there was only 2. Why does that justify that? Would you be okay with that? You don't think
No, I wouldn't. If I was on the other side,
you think the yacht's not 2-manable?
Right. You're 100% right. I think it is. I think people shouldn't do it with only
And
two
you think
people.
that's up to the cops? The cop makes that
Absolutely
decision.
not.
He's not okay with them getting away with 2 men here. We should shoot them. No
So-
value. That sounds like not valuing lives to me. That sounds like the life is last thought about there of the hostage.
Damn, sounds like that yacht's more important than those lives.
I mean, I can be honest. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and just throw fucking Kyle under the bus. I'm just not gonna do that.
I want to know
him.
your thoughts,
I'll
Kyle's
let
thoughts,
him-
and Brian's thoughts, because you're all
Yeah,
RP
so-
veterans.
So I'll let him tell his side of it. I'm not gonna put fucking words in his mouth. I'll be the brunt of the frustration with people. In my opinion, what happened with on my side is I go to the beach, we get there, Kyle goes, I need extra units. We're there, we get on a boat. Okay, pull that bitch out, we go to the boat.
Need extra units for 2 people, by the way, right?
Then, well, I mean, yes, they have guns. There was 5 of us. There wasn't like there was 27 cops. There was 5 of us. We go
When they hit
there.
land, it's different, and you know that.
When we go out, yes, of course. I mean, you probably haven't even heard what happened to Silent today.
Oh, I did.
So, yeah. So,
and my thought process on that one was that you guys would both be the exact same human in both of each other's shoes.
Absolutely, and that was my thank you. I'm glad you said that because I 1,000% agree. Is what happened to him. Anyways, we'll talk about that after. So, we go out there, and before we even get to the boat, Pred talked about how he didn't like the fact that there was he doesn't like the fact that cops give the yacht away to people, that no one ever responds to yachts because they're boring and they fucking suck.
So responding's not enough. We have to send a message. And that, so did he
I
know
don't
there
know
was
if
2
that's
people
it.
before he asked for extra units?
No. We were just going to the yacht, just like we always do.
I feel that. Okay, go on
This is
then.
unrelated.
This is
is just
before
like-
that there was a decision to shoot
This
them.
is
I hear
him
you.
being frustrated at other cops because there is a lot of cops in the server who pick and choose what they want to go to, especially higher ups. We all know that.
You mean the cops that like to sit on top of construction sites during gunfights? Yeah, go on.
So the no one likes to go to yachts because they're fucking boring. I get it. It is what it is. So we go to the yacht, and the guy's getting held up at gunpoint, or the females and the other guys are getting held up by gunpoint by the female.
Yeah, but more than one
Pred
hostage, so you have more than
approaches
one
them.
problem on your hands, don't you?
Pred walks up, and Pred basically asks what the fuck is going on. She explains to him. He gets off the boat, and he goes, "We're gonna breach." And we said, "Okay, sounds good." He's the higher up.
That's okay for him to make that decision. That's not okay though, right?
It's
like,
not, but it's not up to me to dictate that.
Yeah,
in
but
character, I'm a fucking deputy, bro.
There needs
I'm
to be
not
a
gonna sit
reason for
there.
the breach, right? So immediately he has to give a reason, right? So what was his reason?
From what he said, that he thought that we could take out the suspect without any hostages being harmed, and he was right.
And
Yeah, but
I mean, dude, there's a lot of situations. Have you ever been in the middle of
Wait
a...
1 second. Blaustoise
Listen to
was
me.
saying something?
No, hold on. Let me talk first.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a situation with Chang Gang in the middle of a street where we have a gun to a cop's head and we're surrounded 360 degrees? So you think cops should just be able to shoot us from any angle they want as long as, yeah, I don't think they'll shoot the cop by the time I put him down. You think that's cool?
I mean,
How many
clean
times
shot,
have we
bro.
done that as Chang Gang
we
successfully?
can refer back to the time where you had a cop at gunpoint on the bike with a shotgun, and then you were shot in your back.
And that
I hear
was
you.
a problem. We can't use that because that
Yeah.
was an issue. That
But that's
wasn't
what I'm
wasn't
saying. I
the
understand.
norm.
Yeah, I hear you.
But Chain Gang, how many
understand what you're
times
saying.
have we held a cop at gunpoint, middle of the street, surrounded 360 degrees by cops, and we can still get in our car and have more of a chance than that lady did?
Yeah, but
I'm giving you.
I'm gonna say I gotta go because I want to go chill with my cats.
Okay,
again.
boss. Yeah.
But hey, I love that we're talking about this. This is great. Like one thing I'd want to stress here is like I don't think we need to like necessarily like just call for like these people NVL'd, they should be banned or like this that.
No,
I
I'm
think we
not
should
calling
ban
for
you.
I'm not calling for bans,
okay.
but dude,
No,
I just don't understand how that mistake is made
There needs to be
when
a
you
line.
are
set. I
a
understand what you're
veteran RPer. You're a veteran RPer. Your job is to ensure like really the fun and enjoyment of others, man. That's why I'm not a
Jared,
fucking
check,
veteran
I
RPer
don't
because
know-
I
I
suck
don't know
at
how to
huge
say
dicks.
this.
But at least I know that, and I'm not put in a place of power.
I don't know how to like I don't know the best way to say this, but it's like I think it's okay. like we have to accept that people are going to make mistakes, and maybe they do, do stuff that's like out of line.
Yeah, but that mistake costs someone else potentially 2-3 hours of their time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
when they just go back on duty and just kick back for the rest of their content.
I get that, but I don't think, I think we have to I'm not saying like let this stuff slide, but like, again, I think we have to accept that people are going to make mistakes, and that's okay.
Bro, veteran RPers, my friend.
But that doesn't matter.
Yes, that matters. You don't think that matters?
Yeah, but you stream. I mean, man, like people are alive for 10, 11, 12 hours a day. People
I've
fuck
made
up.
mistakes. I've done.
Bro, that is not a fuck up. That is a very conscious decision.
Jared, before you even go any further, watch that clip. He said the reasoning right there.
So what Hutch is saying is, from now on, if he has a hostage and you get a clean shot, take his ass out.
That's not what I said at all.
Now we're gonna have a black colored two-door.
We're having a serious conversation, like we're talking. Don't
That's
put
what
things
might
in
actually
mouth.
be a breach,
That's not what I'm
boys.
saying at all.
Yeah,
Well,
he made the call, and I listened to the call. Like,
high-profile jobs.
I respect Kyle. I'm gonna listen to him.
That's been happening a lot. We had
I will gladly,
the last 2 days we've been getting
frustrated with this.
They've been two-man. I think there's a crew that's been like.
But yeah, I mean, like like I said, and
Gotcha. We shouldn't respect
again, I think it's
one
never,
guy with a gun, one hostage.
situations,
As everyone goes on there. I mean, once the threat is neutralized, the hostage is secure.
More just like we escalated to
Hell yeah.
on the yacht. But
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I don't reward.
You know where else I heard I'm just following
kind
orders?
of,
World War II.
behavior.
That doesn't say shit to me. That just sends.
I
feel more stupid after that, to be honest.
I don't know. Anyways, love you guys. Hope you guys have a good night. I want to go.
All right, see you, Blaustoise.
All right, bye guys.
Did you see that clip of Kyle's reason?
I'll watch it right now.
Before he even gets out there, he says it's a breach. He doesn't respect two-man high-profile jobs. I'm pissed about this, I'll be honest, chat. I kind of think it's stupid ballsack, man. Judd, tell me what you think of that clip. The justification behind it from Kyle.
Let me watch. Man, I don't give a fuck what he respects. That's not his call to make. If he has an issue with it, then he needs to talk to admins and come to a conclusion. Or try to say, hey, you can't do that anymore.
Or maybe something could be implemented onto the yacht where you can't two-man it or something, dude. I mean, come on, bro. I agree with you, yeah.
You don't get to decide, well, fuck it. We just get to shoot everybody now because I don't like it.
I mean, but with that argument as him put in the position of power as sheriff, I feel like he does have the jurisdiction to make that call.
No, you get put in that power of position. You get put in that position because you're a veteran RPer and you should know better.
Yes, I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that at all, Jared. I hear you. But what I'm saying is, if there's one person to make that call, it's Kyle being the sheriff of the fucking cops. It's the same thing. If it's Bass, they have both been put in positions of power to be able to dictate that exact decision. Did he make the right call? In my opinion, I don't know.
No, fuck no. What do you mean, in your opinion? There isn't even an opinion there. There's no fucking right call.
What do you mean you don't know?
That's not the right call that was made.
But what I'm saying is, okay, you guys believe that. That's okay. I hear you. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is I don't agree with Judd when he says, well, that's the fucking admin. That's the fucking admin's calls. But no, it's not a fucking admin call. He is the sheriff. He should be able to decide if
you can't decide
just
because you don't like that people do two-man jobs. You can stop them on your own.
I can't. You're right. I can't.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying Pred.
But he's in the position that he can. The admins have given him a position of power.
And I don't give a fuck what his stupid in-game position is, bro. I am saying that is a load of sack. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Hey, what do you mean that? I don't know if I agree or disagree, motherfucker. If that happened to you, you'd be losing your shit. What are you talking about?
I'm not. Listen, boys, I'm not disagreeing with you. I would lose my shit, and I would fucking bitch and complain about it. I 1000% agree.
But you're saying you're not saying he's right or wrong, but then you're saying if it happened to you, you would lose your shit.
I think that what happened in this scenario is that we came to conclusions over past scenarios. For example, we did a boost today on a guy who did a fucking A, right? We brought 3 fucking interceptors on him. because a past boost that they did, they shot at cops with the exact same secondary car, same color, same everything.
So question here, because Brian assumed, and you guys assumed that other crews are hitting the boat, you guys think that further justifies to hit them, this specific crew, with that punishment?
Well,
there's no, you guys don't actually have information.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't play cop enough to know this kind of shit. I don't play cop. This is my first time playing cop in a couple of days. Like I don't play enough to be able to make that call. But what I can do is I can listen to guys like Kyle, and I can listen to guys like Brian who play cop, who understand what's going on, and then just have their back. The same way that if you guys came up to me and needed me to have your back, I would have your back. You guys know this. I've always been this way for the last 3 years.
Dude, it's not like even a question of whether or not you just followed orders. I get that shit. You know, you don't have to just fucking follow orders, though, bro. These guys aren't, like, really your higher-ups. It's okay to be like, hey, man, I don't know if that's okay. Maybe nobody even questioned it, though. You or Brian. Both veteran RPers. Not even a question. Both immediately on board. Both stoked about it, actually.
If I remember correctly, he gave you an out because when he first recommended you doing it, he was like, "Well, I don't think Jared would actually want to do that because he knew it was shitty." And then you're like, "No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember that part, but if
I remember it. I watched it.
Yeah. Hey, man, maybe I'll watch it back, and if I fucked up, then hey, I fucked up. My bad for whoever that was.
Yeah, because think about it, if that was us, maybe we set up a fucking plan, an escape route that took an hour and a half, bro, just to shut it down right there. RP stops for what? Because someone doesn't respect that you're two-manning?
Yeah.
Because the cop character.
I mean, how many times has that happened to us? A lot. Like, I hear you, and I 1,000% understand what you're.
If that was Mr. K standing there and you knew he was standing there, you wouldn't question it at all. You'd shoot Mr. K in the face, huh?
I mean, on a cop character. I mean,
yeah. I'm asking you that question.
I think after literally what happened to Flippy, I can probably say yes.
You'd have no problem. You wouldn't even question the order. You'd do the same shit. You just shoot him in the face immediately.
You'd do it to Franny?
I just don't think that would happen to Franny or to fucking Mr. K.
But like I said, I mean, listen,
I think Mr. K could be there by himself with fucking 14 hostages with one pistol, and you guys still wouldn't fucking breach.
He also is like his criminal character has more of a development behind it, does it not? Like the cops understand who they're dealing with.
You're right. His career does have a development behind it.
So he gets a little bit more special treatment on that job. You can fuck someone else's time up, but not Mr. K's time up, because he's developed his character a little bit more. I think that's fair. This is real life time we're talking about, right? Right? You shoot someone in the face like that, you may have just potentially cost that person not only jail time, all the time they did setting up their plan, right? All the items that they did, maybe getting to that point in their fucking life to be able to do that plan, right? You don't know how much time you just took away from somebody. Nobody cared, though.
Yeah.
You guys are just like, fuck it, we're icing this chick.
Yeah, I shot her. I'm the first one to pull the trigger, too.
You guys are given that content as cops. You guys aren't even going to think about how long that content takes to give you?
I mean, but
it could have been 5 minutes. It could have been 5 hours, but you don't know that.
I can say this. I played cop today, and it was absolutely fucking content heaven. Like, every second we were on a different fucking chase of every given moment. A, S, fucking A again, fucking shootout with BSK, shootout with GSF. Like, it was rolling. It was fucking nuts, right? And I can honestly see how someone playing cop, especially in that kind of scenario, just like, all right, let's roll through this job. Let's get this shit over with. Let's get to the next one. Because the city does fucking burn. But no, I can understand what you guys are saying at the same time.
Now listen, bro, let's not even talk about the train time that's potential. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, but I don't know.
The train time alone should make you take every situation serious right there, brother.
Yeah,
everybody gets treated the same on that one.
She's so nice to you guys, too.
That's what I'm saying. She complied every single step of the way. None of you guys were like, hey, she's complying. Oh, wait, she does have 4 individuals. Nobody re-questioned the situation after you gained new information. That is mind-blowing as fuck.
Whenever you guys got up on the boat, she even said, please.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, I'm not gonna sit here and sell out Kyle and tell you exactly what he was thinking on his half. That's just not what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I mean, I didn't stop it. I was fucking, like I said, I pulled the fucking trigger first. I pulled that shit.
I know you definitely weren't fucking thinking, because you even said, "Oh, watch how fast I ice her." You definitely.
Yeah, I was fucking
thinking.
dude. I was rolling, bro. I was fucking 8 hours in. Just hey,
let's learn from this, yeah, bro. You play Crim, brother. You know better. You can question your fucking higher ups.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think it gets more into the roleplay part of things whenever it's like a higher up says something, you just say, all right, yep, let's do it. Same thing if Mr.
Yeah,
K
I feel you. I can understand how you can just kind of get lazy on cop and just chill out and just listen to shit and just relax.
Dude, I was so
I understand
fucking
that.
lazy. It's the same thing whenever we, like I said before, whenever we were doing that A class, we had the 3 interceptors on it. And
but that's why you don't play a high up character, right? Because you're there to chill out maybe a little bit more. Exactly. Maybe that's not your style. Maybe you don't want that responsibility. But that's why the high up character does have that responsibility, right? And I understand that, but that should never happen, really. That's kind of disappointing, the whole thing.
Yeah. I want to hear your take on the Benny stuff too. I wasn't here for that.
What Benny stuff?
Whenever I made the call.
Oh, I don't really know what. It's a weird situation. It's always been a weird situation when someone goes into Benny's to repair it.
I mean, here's my thing, right?
If there was nothing in the chase that was out of the ordinary, that doesn't,
there wasn't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't think repairing is necessarily. You should expect someone to spike it when you're trying to go for a repair like that.
And here's the thing, right? So we get on him. We get on him in the S+ boss, and he fucked up. Like, we didn't pit him. There was a couple times where I whenever he popped U-turn, I popped U-turn, and I nudged him, right? You play cop. You know how many times that happens when someone fucks up, hits a local, they stop, you're going 120, you try and stop with them, and then you hit them. Rated does it all the time whenever he was on cop to me, and I used to get super fucking frustrated until I understood it's fucking hard, man. It's hard to be a perfect fucking driver and not to hit somebody when they come to a dead stop and you come to a dead stop. But none of us pitted him. No one fucking like forced him to crash. He crashed out 4 times into a smoke, and then we had 2 interceptors right behind him, 1 interceptor trailing. We had people at Benny's, like everything was there. And on top of that, we all literally drove into Benny's uncontested because they fucked up and didn't get their box truck in front of us. In my opinion, I don't think that I did anything.
I 100% agree with you there. I don't think you go easy there.
No.
If he's fucking up driving, the only way you go into Benny's with 2 cops on you, on top of you, expecting that you're going to get out of there without spikes or any contest, is that if something bad happened, a ghost local
or scuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I think just expecting to go uncontested in a repair thing, I think is wrong. I think you were in the right there. But I think you'd both been fine with the shoe on the other foot, to be honest.
1000%. If I'm in his shoes and that happens to me, I'm fucking bitching about it.
You might be mad about it, yeah. But yeah, I'm not even mad about my own situations, dude. Honestly, my own situations are just getting mollywopped because there's a million cops, and it's just like, whatever, dude. I'm just gonna chill out on shooting cops as a whole. Maybe just a little bit of shadow games here and there, and then that's it. Nothing like if one guy goes down in the crew, I'm not gonna go up and be like, hey man, I'm gonna do everything I can to get him anymore. I think that's a little too insane. Not realistic. And because this situation kind of pissed me off more, to be honest. I was like, I was pretty livid after watching that boat shit.
I know. I said, what's up, chat? Hypocrite Hutch. Hypocrite Hutch. Hypocrite.
Oh yeah, you started getting blasted right off the bat. Yeah.
Bro, I just started laughing. I was like, oh god, I gotta.
Your mic's doing that
this
thing.
This is gonna be fun. I just launched GTA. But...
Oh, is this gonna work now? Oh.
No, but I listen, man. I 1000% understand.
He fucked up.
How chat and how like you are very upset about the situation. If I wasn't involved, it wasn't my call. Or I'm sorry, if I wasn't involved and I watched it from the outside, I'd probably say the exact same thing you guys are saying. But
would you not expect me in that situation to say some shit?
I'd say some shit to you.
Yeah, I think if Summit was on his cop, he wouldn't have done the shot. He'd have told him no. He has told him no and shit like that.
My reflexes have been too slow.
Yeah, but that's more of like a person thing. Like, you gotta.
Yeah, like Dean would have told him no too.
You're talking to Jared. Jared is one of those guys who will fucking be like, no, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? I'm just, that's not in my makeup. Like, it's just not who I am. I've always been like that. I just follow blindly, listen to whoever's the highest up, and then that's just how I RP. It's not the right call. I agree. To a certain extent, I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and sell out.
Hey
Kyle,
man, if you're saying it's not the right call, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I remember a clip of Dean whenever they were telling him to light up a car, and he was like, "No, I'm not doing that shit." He just put his gun down, just stood there.
But that's a little different, man.
Wow.
That's a little different because, like, I mean, I've done that 1,000 times too. Whenever, like, we're in a chase or something, they call for a pit or they call for shooting, and then you're the one.
I don't care about the
SOPs.
SOPs.
But whenever you're right there,
it's not your call to decide that a 2-man job is not in your liking, so we should kill them.
Am I just gonna say, nope, I'm not listening to you? Jump into the fucking water and swim to the beach?
I can't think of any scenario ever where you'd given the green light to shoot and you haven't shot. That's
Judd,
literally
that's
your favorite thing to do.
Based fucking statement.
Well, I mean,
bro.
dude,
Like,
it
I
just
shoot
comes
for
down
12
to
hours a
it's
day. What the fuck are you
situational.
saying?
It's situational. If there was nothing out of the ordinary on that plan should have been stopped. And even if it was out of the ordinary and a 2-man instead of a 4-man, I still don't think that's within the right of everybody to just be like, yeah, let's shoot them.
But I also think there's a point where there's a lot of corners to that are cut in roleplay and that are very frustrating on the cop side.
How is that frustrating on the cop side? Because people get W's under your belt? That doesn't make sense.
Okay, what I'm saying
I can understand
is,
if a certain somebody was escaping you a lot. Yeah, get a little frustrated about it. Can't be like, man, the yacht's been hit so many times, I don't like it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That. I mean, yeah, but like here's.
I couldn't help over here.
Hey, what's up, you dog ass?
Are you guys mulling about the bridge to bullshit?
Yeah, Jared is, and I was involved in it.
I'm molding about the yacht. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, listen, I do 2-mans all the time, okay? And listen, I do a lot of them off stream, okay? Like the vaults, we do 2-mans, okay? And people need to remember that at the end of the day, this is role play, right? I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Captain Phillips, okay? Spoiler, at the end they shoot the guy, okay? And wanna know why they shoot the guy? Because they have the shot, right? And the role play, right? It's like, yeah, I get it. Like, you don't have to take the shot, right? Because it's like you want to continue role play. But if you're gonna do a high tier heist, right, like that, and you're gonna 2-man it, you're gonna make sure that you have all your grounds covered. So what I do is that I crouch and I hold very, very tight angles, right? And I hold like in things that I literally cannot get shot. And if they do fire a shot, I will mostly not die, and the hostage will die. And I make sure they know that because I make sure I control the scene and they know that because that's role play. I make sure that I control the scene in role play. If you're half AFK, half on the radio, and you're 45 degrees to the left of your hostage in a clear shot, right? That is entirely your fault. If you get shot, it is what it is, right? If you don't want to do that and you want to be AFK,
I disagree because you can end so many situations the same exact fucking way just because everybody isn't quite as tactical as you because you've been fucked over 1,000,000 times by stupid shit. That's what you've molded into. Everyone else, dude, they're there to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense, yeah. Then do flickas.
Yeah,
that's what we have flickas and basically.
Yeah, but
then don't do the yacht.
I just
it's
disagree.
A high tier crime for high tier criminals.
I just disagree. I just think that's ridiculous and not up to the cops to decide on whether they just fucking take the law into their own hands and take that shot.
Here's the thing, X. It turns out they actually did have 4 people.
And they had 4 people.
Yeah, makes sense.
Which they found out before they shot him. I just don't think that.
But
I can give you 1,000,000 times where we've been asleep at the wheel too, as Chain Gang at a heist, you know, too. It just depends on the situation.
But where were those 4 people with the hostage? Like, why wasn't someone holding the one of the hostages up also?
This all comes
how are we supposed to just take your word?
Yeah,
I mean, bro, you're really arguing this. You think cops should be able to take this all into their own hands and just be able to fucking shoot people when they feel like they don't, when they have the perfect angles and the other guys are off guard and all that shit. You guys are cool with that.
I'm saying I'm being devil's advocate, and I'm saying what the other side is thinking, if that's the way to say that.
Okay, this is tough because at the end of the day, I think, in my opinion, this all comes into scene control, right? And I think if the person articulates certain things better, just their word is better than just them saying, yeah, I'm behind the hostage. Like, I think it's her job as a negotiator to make sure that things don't escalate that way. And she could have, with just words, literally words, establish full scene control, make sure nobody shoots or whatever. Because she could have said anything. Sometimes I make shit up. Like, oh, dude, if you guys do this, this is gonna happen, and it won't happen, right? It's roleplay. So how do they know it's not gonna
I
happen?
understand that, but you're almost at like an esports level of roleplay, bro, that not everybody gets to, X, man. Like I said, those people are there to enjoy themselves, have a fucking bank heist, and then do the escape. Maybe the escape was the part that they thought was going to be the intense shit. Not everybody's gone through what you've gone through. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean...
But also, X, think about all the times where they could have had a clean shot on you and they didn't shoot. They could have.
And how fucking frustrated you would be when they
X,
do
how
take
many
a
times have
fucking
you
shot.
been shot? You've been breached before, haven't you?
Yeah, but then I just feel like, at that point, if they want to stick in that way, then you would tighten up. You know? You'd tighten up. I feel like sometimes it's like all the games. There's like a meta to it, right? Like
yeah, but
meta.
this comes down. Does this not come down to not valuing a life of a hostage? I just don't. I don't understand. There's in fact a time where they just breached Jack like a week ago or something like that, and Jack shoots the hostage. But what does shooting the hostage actually do?
Then I'll bring you back to Captain Phillips then. Spoiler alert: Captain Phillips doesn't die.
I get that.
Okay.
Understandable.
Yeah.
But there's, I mean, a million opportunities that you leave open for the cops then. You can get shot walking out to the car. Especially in a
lasered
two-man.
off the top
One
of the
guy
building.
on one side of the wall, one side on the other side of the wall, guy on a rooftop. You think they can't take two guys out without them shooting a hostage?
Oh, no. This absolutely makes sense. But at that point, the hostage life isn't being endangered anymore. So killing will become an escalation.
You guys, you're not getting into the
de-escalation.
car without holding your gun on the hostage. You're not in danger anymore. Absolutely still in danger.
No,
If I had to walk outside with some burglars still holding a gun on my head where I had to get close to the vehicle, you think I'd feel safe about that?
Yes, but
there's still a chance that if they have to shoot both or 3 or 4 people, that somebody hurts the hostage, right? There's still that chance. But a lot of times it's because there isn't that chance. That's the problem. There's no chance of that happening. I think that's when they take the shot or whatever, right? But if you establish either in gameplay or roleplay, right? Scene control that includes that, I think you're chilling.
So you really want to give the cops that responsibility to make that distinctive choice?
It's not a distinctive choice.
It is. Whether they want to take a shot or not, they think it's going to be a clean shot. They're not very notorious.
They've had that choice for
now give 30 cops that choice instead of just Kyle.
But it's not.
That's what you want.
It's
okay.
It's not 30 cops.
It makes sense.
What do you mean?
I mean,
every
it
cop
wasn't,
is their own individual person.
Here's the thing with Kyle. It wasn't that she wasn't positioned right. Kyle was talking about breaching that shit before he even got near it.
True.
Yeah.
So no matter how she was sitting, that shit was getting breached.
It makes sense. Like, in my opinion, it's the cop's job to always like. I think the server is degraded in the sense of like what cops' goals.
Why was it degraded there though? Those are 3 veteran RPers. Those aren't just cadets, brother. You know what I mean? Those guys have been here since day 1.
Yeah, but I mean, no offense.
Well, not day 1. That's me. Come on now.
But
3.0 day 1, 2.0 day 1 for both of those, for all of them.
They're also content heavy, but at the end of the day, some of that roleplay is degraded a little bit in the sense that you should always want to 1, de-escalate, 2, preserve life, right? And 3, at the end of the day, do your job as a cop, right? But the problem is sometimes is that when things are de-escalating, they'll purposely re-escalate for no fucking reason. And I think that's when RP degrades, right? Is when everybody always escalates and goes further up. When in fact, when I play cop, I'm always de-escalating, like super hard. And it's not about the loot or the win. If you get the hostage safely, you already won. Like,
so let me ask you this, X. If that would have happened to you, how would you have reacted?
Huh?
X's response is that wouldn't have happened to me. I would have been tucked, bro. The hostage would have been fucking.
Oh, motherfucker, man! I meant
well, no, because
we've already got on the boat if it was him. To be honest,
we already made the distinction that he was going to breach before he even got to the boat, before he even knew the position,
because he didn't respect 2-man jobs.
Right, that's the reason. It wasn't because of the position; it's because he didn't respect 2-man jobs. So.
Oh yeah, I make the cops know, and if I feel like they're No, okay, listen. Nighttime vaults, okay, with shift 3, we have had dozens of them, okay? And when I know that they're being weird about shit, and you can tell in their attitude, don't tell me you can't tell in their fucking voice that they have a goal in mind, and that's breaching, or whatever the fuck, and you can just tell it's them, right? Motherfucker, man, I take the hostage by the shoulder, and I bring him into, like, the tightest angle, and the dumbest shit, and I just chill there, right? Like, I feel like, yeah, it's kind of lame. It's lame, right? But if I feel something is wrong, like, then I cut roleplay, like, a little bit. Then I interact with the cops less. I hide more. I'm less out there. It sucks, but it is what it is. Like,
well, I mean, but we've made the distinction that they're going to breach anyways, no matter how much you tuck or hide. So let's just say you do the most tuck and tuck you can do imaginable, and they still do it. Let's say even the hostage gets shot. How would you react?
Oh, if the hostage gets shot, I mean, then it's over.
How would you react?
Oh no, we've had a multiple times before where they literally shut our hostage down.
Yeah, but how would you react if that was you?
I got a question for you, X.
Wait, I mean, I would.
Hey, do you think the guy in Captain Phillips still would have got shot if he had 360 vision all around him in third-person view?
Oh no, of course not. I mean, that the example there was just to create that sometimes, if you're gonna take that angle, that if I hit the shot, it'll work out, right? And I feel like if you sense that it's going that way, right? If you think that the roleplay is going that way, then I think if you don't react and you play chill, just like this. Here's an example: Moon's breach on the bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
They say, yo, bitch, keep your hands on the gun and on the hostage, right? And at that point, she's like, okay, I was given a warning and things kind of are getting tense. I'm gonna hold the gun, but no, what does he do instead? He smokes a joint. Then he gets breached. You know, if you see how the roleplay is
That's
going,
a little different.
None of
If
that
you're taking a
happened.
joint, your hands are completely off your weapon, and not to mention that is also taking advantage of game mechanics. You don't think you can fucking smoke a joint and hold a gun on someone, X?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm going.
That's like the time you got shot by Angel because you happen to be taking money off the rack. You don't think you can hold a gun on the door and take money off the rack? That's taking advantage of poor game mechanics, you know?
Okay,
I remember that, Mauled.
Okay, that makes sense. These are mechanic based though. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But what if they were to sense that this is going bad and they hid in the shower, but there's no angles.
Or
say,
she said,
if
"Hey
you
guys,
pass
they're
the
all
wall,
Listen,
I'm
I'm not disagreeing with you that there was a way out of this situation for her. But come on, man, she couldn't have known that this was going to happen. This is so
what
out of nowhere.
indications
The
did
fucking,
they give that it was
this
going
is
bad?
ridiculous, man. There's no warning. There's no fucking put the hostage, put the gun down. Nothing. No aggression. Oh, how's your day, man? Oh, you want cupcakes? Are you listening to me, lady? And then boom, shot. Like what? Hello?
But the cops aren't going to do that because they don't want to show that they're going to shoot her. That's
Yeah,
the whole
but
God
reason
forbid
behind
you
it.
want some
argument
extra
is to-
RP out of the situation.
Yeah, but his argument is
It's
read
just
the
not like
situation. The cops didn't give
win-win-win.
anything.
That should not be your thought process. The win-win-win situation can happen after when you're chasing the motherfucker. Does the win-win-win really need to happen when you have them cornered in a little fucking area and you have 4 or 5 cops surrounding it, dude? You need that dub, you know, right there.
You're asking why they didn't do that. I'm not saying it's a win-win-win. I'm saying the reason why they didn't say more is because you guys are right. Like the plan was to shoot the fucking guy or the girl. I'm sorry.
Before you
You're
found
gonna
out
shoot the
anything about the
girl.
situation.
Yeah, that's not as fucking.
That was the
This
plan.
happens pretty often.
I just think,
There's
like,
that-
dude, this is not an esports thing. You know what I'm saying? This is a roleplay server. You're not walking up there trying so heavily to get that win that you need to shoot them in a situation. Your life is not on the line on a boat like fucking Phillips. That's all I'm saying. Not everyone is treated the same way as X either. To be
There
fair.
wasn't
That's just
any single indicator given to her that she should be, careful. She should go and tuck. That, hey, stuff's getting a little escalated. Nothing. Everything was...
Us getting on the boat from 2 inches away from her, like that never happens.
Yeah, usually Max.
What are
the
you
guy
talking
on
about?
the job.
I stand 5 feet from cops all the time with glass in between us at bank jobs all
I've
the
done-
In all
time.
fairness, though, it's kind of ironic though, because to defend these guys, Max usually doesn't let anybody on the boat. Max is somebody that I've known because we do jobs with him. We taught him a little bit, and he does like me. He keeps stress at 0, and normally it's no cops on the boat, right? that comes down to scene control. And a lot of times,
it's all esports related, brother, man. It's an RP
Yeah,
server,
that
bro.
makes
This
sense.
isn't like
She
Cops
told
need
them
the
to get out
dub,
the boat,
Crims
and
need
they
the
shot
dub.
her.
Let's clash our metas against each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? We going back to the bike phase, you know?
She put the gun to the hostage's head. She said, "Please get off the boat," and they shot her.
Oh yeah, I mean that's really bad. I mean that is absolute dog shit then. Yeah, that's terrible then. I mean, who even shot there anyway? Who did that?
Me.
Hutch.
Was ordered
That's
by
it.
Kyle, who decided this before they even knew the situation that they were going to breach.
Well, the thing is that sometimes people are surrendering and Kyle beats them up. Like Kyle's like an escalator for some reason. I don't really know. Like
I think he's more of an elevator.
X, I got a question for you. If you're on PP and a cop orders you to shoot somebody in that situation, are you gonna be like, "No, I'm not shooting them," or are you gonna?
This happens actually quite often. That I'm on cop and I completely ignore comms, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to follow rank and RP, right? And
But
what I do is that I ignore
higher
them,
type
and I
shit.
know that I won't get fired because nobody ever suffers from in-character consequences because the PD is soft as a fucking noodle. So
I
just
agree
ignore
with
them.
that. I agree with that because you cannot listen to somebody and not get any repercussions for it. But I also, again, like I said before, if I get told to do something, I'll usually.
Yeah, but they
fucking do
gave
it.
you an out. They already assumed that you didn't want to do it, and you said you would.
See, I don't even remember that part. I have to rewatch it. If that ended up happening, then I should have.
Yeah, they're like,
should've
"Jared,
stepped
you
up
want
and
to
said
do
no.
it?" And they're like, "Oh, never mind. You wouldn't want." And you're like, "Oh, I'll follow orders."
Yeah, because
Yeah.
yes, it's role play, but like I always say, there's always a layer of like kind of like meta. If you it's kind of weird saying meta, but it is kind of meta, where like you know how things go. Yes, it's role play, but I know how things go, right? And I know for a fact, with hindsight, that when you do things bad as a cop, there's absolutely no punishment. We've seen people power game. There was an officer that kept holding us by the arm and brute forcing us all the time, and we couldn't do anything. Just holding our arms, and we just were literally just stuck in the fucking game's mechanic, right?
I mean,
It happened 3 times, and they never even got warned OC or in character. It's like, I mean, do bullshit.
Here's a question for
happens.
you, completely outside of characters. Do you think it's okay for 3 veteran RPers to just be completely okay with that situation? You know what I mean? Not even a question. There wasn't even a question of doubt from any 3 of them.
Dude, I don't like the word veteran because at the end of the day, like, I feel like veteran can play against them because like they played so much
Excuse me,
sometimes
Pleb?
that they get tired and they want content instead of like RP.
Why
veteran can
stop?
go both ways.
Then why stop the content?
Yeah, exactly.
Why stop and halt roleplay right there? If that's the intent, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's super really, really bad. That's why I don't like using the word veteran. If you want my opinion, the only people that are real veterans are people like Zeissman or whatever, right? And like Toretti and I feel like they'll always roleplay, right? And no matter how much experience that they have, they'll always take scenes seriously, right? Is his name Zeissman or whatever? Bayo? That's a veteran, right?
Yeah.
He is.
But
He's been there
you'll
a long time.
always role play, and that's my problem with some of the veterans that role play or not, or content or not, based on how they're feeling during that day or how burned out they are, right? And these mediums are just so stupid. Just like you should always have like integrity, and that's why things disintegrate when you display poor integrity. Then anything flies out the window. Then everybody starts doing whatever the fuck. You know?
Remember that burned out combo we were having earlier, Summit? That's pretty much exactly what he's talking about. Where you played, you're burned out, and you're miserable, but you know you're making money off of it, so you keep forcing yourself to play it. You don't even want to be there. And you
Yeah,
start
but
taking it out
cop
on
characters
people.
hold a different responsibility, as I learned when I played a cop character, which is
Yeah, 'cause
why I don't play them that much. There is a lot of responsibility on your hands. If you're not fucking ready for that responsibility, or if you think you're getting tired, then get the fuck off your cop character, bro.
Yep. That's what I did last time. I was on cup and I was fucking walding because of some fucking people had like 8 cars in a fucking in a boost. And after I rammed these suckers, I was like, dude, I'm just gonna log out, man, because these guys are being a bunch of bitch ass hoes, man. And we're being a bunch of dude.
Bitch
I
ass
rammed some
hoes,
guy
bro.
off the fucking highway bracket. Then he did a flip and shit. And I was like, dude, I need to get off. I need to go offline.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll say it. I was fucking exhausted at that point. I was so fucking tired.
Holy man. Like I said, I think it all comes down to like integrity, and that's my problem in character when I face people like what's his name again? Wrangler in character, where I asked the PD to stop making me negotiate a high tier crime because it goes the same way. People, this is a double standard.
You know why
I
this
agree,
is
you need a
stupid?
high tier criminal to do a high tier crime, right? But you also need a high tier a police officer or a high tier negotiator when you're doing a high tier response, right? Like the whole SWAT shows up, right? And we're like at the gates. It's like the most tense thing. And we're like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And then Wrangler starts escalating. And it's like, dude, can we just get another negotiator? Like, there's like dozens of lives at risk, and you're just like escalating for fun, like and it just makes no sense, you know?
Yeah, but how about that shit that Dwight did to you?
There just needs to be consistency. That's not consistent.
Dwight?
You leaving it in the hands of
The
every
white
single
stuff
individual
around your
cop.
mouth. Ew.
Damn, motherfucker, you do that one more time, I'm gonna fucking snap it.
I just don't think there's justification behind the situation at all. Like, but I understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to say, because you've been bred differently. You know what I mean? Because you've been put through the ringer on bullshit cop situations a million times, right?
Yeah.
But like, you don't know.
In my opinion, you don't want that to become a standard. I agree. You don't want that to be a thing
leave that
or a
up
standard.
to the individual cops.
Yeah. You definitely don't want this to become a thing. This shouldn't be normal.
My eyes are all fucked up, chat.
I think it's alarming that it happened, and especially now it's complete. You know, black on white is definitely in the black area, since they already knew they were going to breach ahead of time. That is absolutely dumb. That's just garbage.
Yeah. African snowballs in the lobby. Am I tripping?
Well, hey, I'm a veteran role player. Day one Arma X. Critique me.
Oh, you're just kind of annoying.
All right, it's for the dick jokes. I got it.
Oh,
dude, my shit's all jacked up on GTA now that I did this whole 5M restart. I think, yeah, my color's all jacked. I have to change my eyeballs again or something.
What up, y'all?
Why does this always happen to me, guys?
See, this is tough because if these things, a lot of these things, if they become too common, then like I said, things disintegrate really badly. It's like whenever
I don't know what
you know,
to do here.
I'm on cop and I know some bike guy or some car is gonna come pick them up. I don't go, guys, pick the car right there, he's gonna pick him up. I say, oh guys, there's a car there. Okay, if we see him again, you know, maybe he's gonna be involved or whatever. But if things become too weird, it's like I don't know, man, like min-maxing, like the meta of the game and what people do. It's just lame, dude. Like, it's just lame. Like, not every sports car in the street is involved in the job you're chasing. That's not how it is, right?
Yeah, I hear you. That's tough though, you know?
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna, see you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, so show me how much money you got.
I got 900 bangers.
That's not too bad.
I'm doing okay. Doing alright. I just get money from the tuner shop, so I just chill. I've been going to jail every other day. I have to get rid of all my items on me, or just get rid of all this shit that would put me in prison because I got caught up.
Oh damn!
I think I have to hit someone up to go to prison here.
Oh no! Go to Burger Shop PD. At the entrance, as soon as you breach the doors, go hard left.
Why? What's that do?
You get the items from jail.
I already have my items. I'm saying they need to take me to jail to take them because technically I'm not supposed to be out. I got caught. I got deadoed.
Oh.
Hey, yup.
Yo, what up, y'all? So what's going on? I'm not even fully aware of what's happening. I'm just
this is a conversation with veteran role players.
What happens is that
bad.
Kyle was
All right.
one win from Platinum, okay, and he went for an RP play, and he ranked up, and he was mad about it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Did you not see the clip at all?
No, I haven't seen it.
I mean, it's in the Discord and hashtag everyone.
Okay.
I think Judd posted it.
This one with this female holding this gun to this hostage?
Yeah.
Don't assume her gender.
Okay, this individual?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Judd, please.
Oh.
Oh my, what? Why? Wait, what? Why? What? What's happening here?
That's a good question. That's
a good question, bruh.
I need context. I can't just draw like what.
Yeah.
I need more context to this.
I can
two
fill
cops.
Oh, Hutch, fill in, baby. Hutch was the guy who shot her, by the way. This is Hutch.
So
is that Hutch? Is that Hutch that just pulled up open fire?
Yeah,
Later
you should hear what Hutch says before he shoots her. Oh,
I heard something about a banana pudding.
He says,
"Yeah, code word banana pudding."
He says, "Chat, watch how fast I ice this chick."
He says in a boat, "I'm about to murder a girl."
Fuck yeah. All right, so
I need context. I can't just be like, yeah. I could immediately be like, yo, why? There's that's kind of fucked up. There's 2 hostages here.
So what happened was Kyle goes on radio, asks for 77s. There's the yacht being hit.
Okay.
We get to the beach. Kyle goes, I don't like the fact that people can just have free yachts and no one responds to him, so we're gonna respond.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Then Brian, he said something.
Shit.
Yeah, so then he said something on the radio. I don't remember, like it was yesterday, even though.
But to be fair, that's not the Crim's fault that the cops don't show up to this shit. That's their problem. You know
yeah.
You don't take your frustration out on the Crim, but go on. And he also says before they go out there, not even on a boat yet, hasn't seen the situation, and has already decided that they're going to breach.
I'm gonna get to that
sorry.
You're good. He goes on radio, and you know how Kyle talks. So he's talking about how he doesn't like the fact that people get free yachts, and then he says that this might be a breach. And then Brian goes on the radio and says that there's been a lot of people solo or duoing yachts and that don't take it very seriously. And then that was like the reassuring to Kyle. And Kyle goes, all right. So we pull out Poseidon 1. We drive up to the boat, and there is one singular person holding a gun to 2 hostages in the middle of basically the boat, or not the middle, but like at the dock part of the boat. So we sit there, we go and talk to him, and she is basically saying like, hey, you know, this is what's going on. Then this dude runs up to the front of the boat, no gun out, no nothing. He's like, hey guys, you showed up to the party a little early. And Fred goes, okay. And he goes, we're gonna need like 10 minutes, right? Not a very nonchalant. And Fred goes, okay, sounds good. And he leaves. So then we start negotiating or talking to the hostage taker, and the entire time she's like talking to us, and then we would ask her something, she'd go straight on the radio, relay it back to whoever was doing it, then she would talk to him again, and then just that was the vibe. Like, she had no idea what she was doing, which is fine. Like Jared's already said, not everybody gets to be on the server for 12 hours a day. I get that.
Yeah.
We get back on the boat, and Fred goes, yeah, this is going to be a breach. Let's go ahead and get everything set up, blah, 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 blah.
Wait,
and
what? Hold on.
Wait, you have to say that he, before they even went on the water, before they had communication with anyone on the boat. Did you get that clear to you?
Yes,
Sobal?
Yes,
he said that we were going to breach before they went on the water.
Yes,
before they even get out there.
Then Brian said.
Wait, before just before we go any further, it was 100% determined that no matter what happens, the yacht is going to get breached. Because I don't.
It was
believe...
put into the air. Yes, it wasn't 1,000% determined, but yes, it was. It was put into.
So
the air.
what it was said, and I'm going to tell you what was said. What was said was, hey, the yacht's getting 2-manned. I don't respect anybody I don't respect people that 2-man high whatever, like prestigious fucking objectives, whatever the fuck it would be, right? We're gonna breach before any communication, before a boat had arrived, before anything. That was.
So then we get back, we reverse it, and then Kyle goes,
high profile, whatever the fuck, dude. I can't talk. I'm dumb.
And then I was like, I had no idea. I would fuck it up. So I was like, no. Let's have Brian lead the breach. And Judd says at some point I was asked if I wanted to breach or not. I don't remember that. I remember them asking me if I wanted to lead the breach. I don't remember if I was asked. I would like to see the clip, Judd.
First off, I would never ask any character of Hutch, hey, do you want to shoot people?
Yeah,
because that's immediately going to be like, yeah, let's do it.
Jared, I got to answer a phone call. Will you fill the rest in for me?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I just would never ask Hutch. Just out of character perspective, I'd never ask him, hey, you want to shoot? Like,
there's not much else to it. The problem is that there was sort of a justification, I guess, if you want to be able to leave that in the cops' hands. That it's like, oh, if it's a 2-man, I feel like breaching, I can. You know, I don't really like that, but whatever. But when they get on the boat, it's confirmed that it's a 4-man. And then nobody even questions, hey, should we still be going through with this plan now? everything's still 100% in motion.
It's still going.
And then she's complying with everything they're saying. They're asking her questions. She will relay information to her crew to find out the information, and she will tell the cops, right?
Yeah,
she's keeping the gun held on the back of the head 100% of the time, right? And then eventually, randomly, they just go, boom, well, you know, fucking blueberry waffles, whatever the fuck they said, and then she shoot, and then they just
banana
ice her.
pudding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
That's pretty much all the context, man, really.
So what is my take on this situation?
Also, Judd, I want you to clip.
I mean, dude, put yourself in the criminal side, and how would you respond?
Yeah,
to that?
I know. I mean,
Judd, I
if
want
you
you
were
to
her,
clip the moment that I was asked if I wanted to do this entire situation or not. Because I don't remember saying that,
Me too.
and I want to see the exact moment I said that, Judd.
I said blueberry waffles.
Or if anyone in chat can clip that moment if I was asked if I wanted to do this or not.
This chat, someone give me like a whole like 10 minutes prior and 10 minutes after this happens, so I can watch it in its entirety. But
yeah, that's what I did.
I mean, if I was the
Crim,
yeah, if I was the Crim, I'd be confused. I'd be like, what just happened? I mean, would I be upset? Yeah, I'd be upset, but I'd be way more confused about like why.
But no, Snowball. That what I said
because
is
I'm
literally
confused just looking at it.
What I said is literally what happened from start to finish. We roll up on the beach, we pull it out, and that was just that. Sorry, I was on the phone with my girlfriend.
No, you're good. No, you're fine.
So yeah, we pull up to the boat and we back up after talking to her, and then Pred goes, "Peek, do you want to lead the breach?" And I was like, "No, I can't. Like, I'm not confident enough. Let's have Brian lead the breach." We get on the boat, and they asked. I said, "Brian, code word banana pudding." And we were like, all right, sounds good.
Okay.
We get on the boat, and at this point, I'm just waiting for banana pudding. That's all I cared about was hearing that banana pudding, and I was going to shoot. And then we're talking, and all of a sudden, the negotiations is going bad. Like, she's starting to say, hey, can you please get off the boat? Like, blah, 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 blah. And then Pred goes, banana pudding, and we fucking shot it.
Yo, I would just be real. You sound like me living a simple life. I just listen for one thing and then I do the thing.
And that's so. Here's my thing. Like, we can sit there, right? And we can critique and we can say this is okay and this, that, and the other. And I 100% understand what everyone is saying. I 100% understand what you guys are getting at. But at the time, this isn't going, like, I'm not role playing and sitting here going, okay, like, I feel I don't want to do this because they probably waited in the server for forever and they've set up a 3-hour job and they did this.
Right.
That's not going through my head. What's going through my head is I get to shoot. There's a reason to shoot, and I'm going to shoot. I know it's bad, and I know that sounds shitty, but that's what's going through my head.
We already knew that.
But it is shitty. But there's
better.
a responsibility that you take as a cop character. You know what I mean? There's a reason you skip the fucking whole line when you become a fucking cop character. Okay? Because you get that responsibility, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I understand.
So that. I hear all that. I mean, I'm confused as to why. I mean, I'm not gonna say that Pred is wrong because I don't know what he was thinking.
That's exactly what I don't want to speak for him. I'm
not going to speak for him. He would have to say, like,
well, he explains it in the clip. He said he did it because there was only 2 people and he thinks that he should have more for something that important.
But there was 4.
Hello?
But I just heard someone say that.
Someone around?
So what happened was we pulled up on the boat, and we only see 2.
Right.
And we asked how many people there were, and then they said that there was 4. But then one of our deputies, the female deputy on scene, says, I think that they're saying that there's 4, those 2, including the hostages. So we were like, okay. And then right whenever we were going to confirm, because you can hear Brian, he's reaching. He's trying to figure out how many people are on for the breach.
So
and then that's whenever she was like, I want you guys to get off the boat. Can you get off the boat, please? And that's when banana pudding was called. And that's whenever
how many people were involved in the situation? Just out of curiosity.
4.
We can
so there was 4
confirm.
So there was 4 total plus hostages or including hostages.
They had a full team. There was 4 plus hostages being 6.
Where was everyone else?
Oh my god.
So from what I read in the Reddit comments, the other 2 were next to the guy hacking.
Wait. So what you're telling me?
And we're talking about the yacht here. It's not like one guy just sits at a fucking thing. The yacht is like people run around the fucking thing and bang it out. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be sitting there for 30 minutes.
Okay, let's be honest though. You only breach when you know exactly where everybody's at, how many they have, when you have full information. So even then, why when they ask clarification, right, in character about how many on the yacht, and like, what's the scene looking like?
Get an
Right?
individual
Because
call
right there, if you think
Yeah,
about
what's
it,
up, boss?
there's 2 off the boat and 1 driver.
I'm here to turn myself
They
in,
could,
brother.
they could have gotten clapped even if they when they killed it, right? It could have been a 3v3. That's the, at that point, it's like CS:GO.
Yeah.
You're
I
trading
mean,
like
yeah.
art, like fucking. This is like a fucking esport, man.
Get your process
As
real
far
quick.
as
Okay, thank you, sir.
I'm concerned, like,
This is for the it was a shootout
I
earlier.
guess if they
Yeah.
really thought there
'Cause
was
you're in a
only
few
2
slots.
people actually robbing it,
So basically,
I can
could see that.
1000% say
Yeah, but-
I can 1000% say that we all
Okay, that
really I personally 1000% thought that there was only 2.
You got.
Well, let me ask you
Even
this,
after
Snowball.
talking to her,
No,
it
as a
sounded
cop,
like
you
it.
Okay.
don't breach when you think, you breach when you know. That's
I
a
agree.
completely
So-
different thing.
Yeah.
Judd, go
let's
ahead
say,
and ask your question.
well, let's
man.
say hypothetically there
question.
was 2. What would give you the right to in that
Yeah,
scenario?
thank you, sir.
Me, I'm just a different breed, man. You really want my take?
Jesus,
on
why you got so many
Yeah.
first aid?
Dude, I just respect
Listen,
criminals that have guns to
my crew
hostages,
punches
man.
me a lot,
Like,
to be
Thank
let's
you.
play it out, dude. Like, but then I'm also a
Do you need
person
help?
that's gonna
Like,
like
abuse
chase
me or
you to the
something?
ends of the earth, like
That's
just
fine.
Not a
because
problem or anything. We
I
just
just
kind of a
like to
bunch of
chase
doofuses.
people.
Whenever
There
we
you
get
go.
into doofus
I
mode, we
mean,
just punch
I'm
each
a
other
ping
along. I'm just
chaser,
well prepared
and
for
I
it.
don't really investigate
okay.
serial
Okay.
killers. So my shit is like, anything with a boost, anything after
Sorry,
the
you guys can't
robbery
hear.
itself, after the
I wanna
20
hear
to
this,
30 minutes of waiting for you to do whatever you need to do, then it's my time to go chase you down, and hopefully you get away or you don't get
Charges
away.
you looking
You know
at
what I'm saying?
is
I just
Time
like
to
to
attempted
chase.
murder, government
That's
employee,
where I mean,
that
I just
class
chase
2 that
people,
you had
man.
in- right?
I would have
That's
liked to have seen, and I'm also
everything
curious
is
as well
also
because I'm
ready
just
to go.
curious
I
to
just
see
got
where
back
shit
from
goes,
work.
man.
Hey, you're good, man.
See what
I'm
y'all are
guilty
gonna
of
do,
everything.
right?
They could have had a plan. We'll
I
never
can't
know.
really
Yeah,
see.
like
Kinda
what's the
fucked up on
deal?
this,
Like, because
sorta.
especially since that's not CG,
Oh, you can't
so I
hear
know
me,
it's
can
not
you?
going to the
Uh-oh.
compound. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to say it, but like I know it's not going to the compound, so I kind of want to see where it's going. That's just me, but it is what it is.
Oh, we're good now.
Damn, you're getting fired tomorrow.
I know. I am.
Hey,
getting
Kyle's
fired tomorrow,
here.
dude.
You good
Kyle's
now?
here. Somebody move him.
I'm getting fired, bro.
Yeah, I told Kyle to jump in Discord.
Is that who you're on the phone with?
No. My girlfriend called. But Kyle reached out to me.
Hey,
on
what's
Discord.
up? I didn't even know you were having a conversation. I just messaged Hutch.
Yeah. We were talking about.
Yo,
what
don't
happened
fire me,
today.
Kyle, please. All right.
Yo, you hear me?
I won't be fired.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you
I
hear me?
can, I can hear you.
my
I'm
God.
kind of having a hard time seeing, but it's all good. Doesn't matter as long as you send me.
So.
Do you still have a hard time seeing?
basically, what we were-
I'm
what
sorry?
we were talking
Try to-
about is
try to
what
double
happened
jump
on
real
the
quick
yacht,
in the cells.
Well, I
like-
think Summit wanted to talk
you
to him.
trip
He's
yourself.
supposed to get in process.
Can you
So
see now or no?
let's let him
Yeah, we gotta
open it
let
up with him.
Get this shit over. with.
See what's pretty.
I can
easy
kind of
with
see.
Kyle.
I mean, as
about
long as
what?
I can, I can see enough.
I
As long as you
shooting
send me
the,
Ragucci, right? I think.
The people at the yacht today.
The two
Alright,
people
so-
that
I see
were
your gun
robbing the
floating on
yacht
your
was
back.
only one person with a gun on the
Try to look through
hostage,
your
like,
eyes. Will you be able to see
and there was
me
no
now?
one to
Yeah.
back
It's the
them
same,
up or
it's the same.
anything
I think
like
it's just a
that. Like it
little
was
jank.
just them by themselves, like no
give
opportunity
me-
to attack us or like
so-
really even shoot
give me
at a
one moment.
hostage at all.
Yeah,
I could understand if there were people still in the hangar and stuff like that. That's why we waited for him to like run someplace else before we did anything.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't
said,
really.
Jared's-
I think breaching's always kind of tough for people. But
Eddie,
like,
so you ready for your charges?
if cops
Yes.
literally didn't breach at all, then
so you're
it's
looking
like,
at times 2 attempted murder,
it would be
class
kind of
2,
boring. Like I
and
think getting
crack.
breached every once in a
80
while. I mean,
months
it's not
and a
like breaches happen all the time.
$9,375 fine.
I think if people get breached every once in a while, it kind of like changes up the meta a little bit, makes things a little bit more interesting.
E?
I mean,
Well,
I feel
I
like
think
if you're
it-
going to breach, isn't that like maybe you give
Yo,
them some
hello?
warnings that it's a possibility that it happens? If it's going to be like that, you should give them that opportunity to be able to respond properly,
Hey,
in my opinion.
hello?
Yo, sorry about that, boss. Yeah, send me
Why
away.
would I
I'm
give
guilty.
them a warning if I'm about to shoot
Okay,
them in the
I'm
face
just making sure.
at a robbery?
I mean, what makes it within your right to just decide you get to shoot someone in the face in those situations? I don't get that. If that was
So,
me on the
like,
other
so-
end of that, maybe I had another set of RP planned for that took me an hour and a half setup. You just decide that you don't know that, but you just like, it just so happens to be the time you decide that, hey, this is a good time to do a breach because it doesn't
Let me
happen that
send you up.
much.
Well, no, that situation was a little bit different.
What was
It's
different?
only 2 people robbing a yacht.
It was 4.
Like, that was only 2 that we saw.
It was confirmed by her that there was 4.
No, the 4, she was counting her, the guy, and
Alright,
the 2
I'm sending you
hostages
for
when she
50
was
months.
asked.
Yeah, but it wasn't confirmed whether that was true or not by her until you shot her.
What do you mean? She confirmed it herself. She literally said to us, "It's the 2 people. It's us, the guy, and the 2 hostages." Summit.
Nah, I don't think that's the case, to be honest with you.
Literally, that's literally.
Maybe
what
I
she
missed
said.
that. Maybe I missed that part. But I believe before she even answered Brian's question of, are you including the 2 hostages? She was telling you to get off the boat and then got shot.
That's not what I heard.
That's what I heard.
That's what I said.
That's what I heard.
We
So
all
we're
were.
gonna, like,
I said
pull
that
apart
we were all...
like every single like RP scenario. Like it's.
I mean, think about it though. You don't value someone's time enough to
Look,
see if one, they have
I
more
do-
RP
look,
intended. Maybe they just
value
got off the
everybody's
train
time,
after.
actually.
Maybe they were on the train for 4 hours, took 2 hours to set something up, and it was shut down right there because you happened to just make a decision at a weird time. That's at a weird time, meaning whenever the fuck you want, right?
Robbery seriously from my point of view.
Why? I don't understand that.
I mean, it just doesn't seem like I mean, you can talk about like so. All right. So what?
I mean,
is,
so
like,
you expect
the big issue?
I mean, you
Like,
expect every
I'm
robbery to
trying
be
to
some big esports robbery. You know what I mean? Where everybody has to cover all their angles. If cops, I mean,
No,
I
think,
can
like,
recall.
I
I
think,
can
like,
recall
when you get
numerous
outside-
times. Okay, go on.
No, I think like when you get outside of like doing fleckas and like Bay City and stuff like that. kind of
Fleeka's
stuff's
pretty low
kinda,
tier,
like,
by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like that stuff's low tier, right? I don't really care about like breaching that stuff unless like they, you know, but when it comes to something like a yacht or a vault, I feel like it should kind of be taken somewhat seriously.
No, I mean I don't get it. What does it matter whether they're robbing a yacht or they're robbing a fleeka or if they're in a store or if they just have somebody hostage in the middle of the road? If somebody has a gun to somebody's head, your priority should be to get that person out alive. Her gun
did.
never left the back of her head.
I mean, we got her out alive.
Well,
But here's my thought process too. I can recall numerous times where Chain Gang has had a cop held hostage in the middle of a street where cops had 360 degrees all around us, but yet we will get farther than that lady did.
So do you think like all right, so here's what I'm hearing. Like, do you think that I selectively chose to shit on them?
No,
As
I'm
opposed
saying that
to,
it's
like-
not your decision to just randomly decide, hey, I want to breach here. And just be like, no decision, thought process put into
mean,
how
I
much
have-
time they put into it, nothing.
No, I have a pretty consistent criteria.
So I understand. Maybe your resume says you're good at your job, but why Why do you decide
I mean, like,
randomly?
I have a
Just
consistent.
I mean, you just recently said to us, admitted that, hey, they don't happen very often. Breaches don't happen very often, so it's
Yeah, they
just
don't.
boring. So
They
I
don't
decide
happen.
to do it. Yeah, but you
Well,
just
no, I mean when it has to be the criteria has to like be met for a breach.
yeah, but
in
you
my
didn't even
opinion.
know the criteria. You decided on the beach before you got to the boat that was the criteria.
No, I didn't. I mean, I pretty much well, that was actually all right. I'd have to rewatch the thing to know what I said because a lot of times I joke about breaching people, but because it's whatever. But
Well,
that
my thing
one-
is, like, let's say hypothetically it was the person just sitting in the middle of the road with a hostage, and they have a gun on their head. They're like, all I want's a getaway car. Would you shoot that person, or would you give them the getaway car?
all right, say it again. My bad.
If somebody's sitting in the middle of the road and they got one hostage, they got a gun in their hand, they're like, look, all I want's a getaway car and free passage. Would you shoot them, or would you give them the getaway car?
Yeah, because I don't have to end up waiting 20 fucking minutes for them to hack a yacht.
So wait a second. The alternative is have all 3 of them at the front holding hostages, and then have one guy make you take 45 minutes to do a yacht.
I thought most people can do it in 12.
Well, I guess not everybody's the same. And why would
I
it be
thought groups
faster
were
if
6.
if there was 3 people? You know, what I mean, maybe they're doing it with 4. Does it matter?
But what I'm pointing out is the excuse you're giving is it's because you had a clean shot and you did save the hostage. But there's plenty of scenarios like the guy in the middle of the road where you would also have a clean shot and you could have saved the hostage, but you don't. But you decided doing this because you decided that the boat is more valuable than the hostages' lives than it would be in something smaller.
Not to
The
mention, why
boats?
is your 30 minutes more important than their hour and a half that they're going to spend after that? You know what I'm saying? It's just, you're wasting their time too, right?
I don't give a fuck about my time or anyone else's time.
But you just said that though. I'm only basing this on what you said. You literally
I'm
just
saying
said
don't
I have to
wait
waste 30
15
minutes
minutes for them to hack a yacht. You know, like
Well, you don't care about your time.
I mean, yeah, I don't really.
So
Why
why
did
shoot
you
them?
like bring me
I'm
in here to
confused, man.
like ambush me? Because like I don't really
I
understand.
just, I mean,
I tried to tell you.
Like I don't. I'm gonna be
saying
honest
what
with
we
you. I don't
see.
give a fuck what either one of you think about like anything. If I'm being honest, like I
Okay.
like you guys, but I don't care about your opinion.
Okay.
But
I
so
understand.
the reason why the breach was chosen is because it's just kind of like it's one person with 2 hostages. There's not really anything they can like do about
but you
it.
didn't know that.
I did know that. We confirmed it. We didn't see anyone running in the back. We just saw one guy running around. We worked off what we had. We were watching the back. We had three shooters with me in the boat. Actually, 4 shooters. 3 or 4. I'd have to rewatch with me on the boat. And like, so why? Let me ask you guys a question. Why is this like such a big deal? Like this particular situation?
Because
Like-
I think someone who's been around the RP scene a really long time should know that if that's the right play or not, if you're wasting someone's fucking time or not.
That's not
That's
why
just-
though. That's
that's
not why. I
just-
didn't do it because they were wasting my
Yeah,
time.
you
I
did it
don't really
because
care.
breaches don't happen
I
that
sat at a
often, and
yacht
then you
for
just decided
25
that they
minutes the other day.
should.
Because the last time I was at a yacht, there was 2 people with 1 hostage, which
Yeah,
you know,
I understand.
and like 3 people running around the yacht, or 4, or maybe 2, which is like fine. It's whatever. At least I had someone to talk to. And then, you know, the one person wasn't really interested in like dialogue or really anything. They just kind of wanted to stand there with their gun to the hostage. It was only one person holding a hostage. It was like there was no apparent like defense. Like once we took out that person, like it was just we could get them right onto the boat and just get them out of there and hunt the guy down on the boat.
Anytime someone has a gun to somebody's head, you should respect that in RP.
Yeah, I think most of the time.
That's RP 101.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't do that, you could breach every time.
I mean, technically, we were supposed to breach the what's that thing? The Bobcat. Yeah,
But
technically
this
we were
time
supposed
is
to-
different because I guess
we
you feel
never
like your
do.
time was wasted, which is fine. I mean, if that's your
Don't
reasoning,
put,
you know, it is what
Judd,
it is.
look, don't put words
That's
in my
not
mouth.
what he
okay?
said, man.
It's not what I
That's
said
not
at
what
all.
he said.
You
Relax,
literally
Judd,
said
okay?
that you didn't
Judd,
want to
seem
sit
like
and
you're a
waste 2
little
minutes of your
upset.
time.
Relax a little bit.
I'm not upset.
Sound it. I'm gonna be honest.
But
with
you
sound a little
said
upset.
no. You said that you didn't want 20 minutes of your time wasted. You said that.
No, I think I mean I don't really. I said it's one is either going to take up 20 minutes. Like it's like okay. Here's the thing, right? I don't really give a fuck about breaching, shootouts, chases, whatever. Like I just like to have good dialogue with people, do funny shit. All right, I'll give anybody the time of day on anything. My bad, I had a throat loss.
She wasn't entertaining
All right.
enough now.
So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like I'll give anyone like the time of day or whatever. But it's like I feel like a yacht is all right. So where do you see a yacht on like in terms of robberies, like Summit, Judd, Hutch? Like a yacht's pretty high up, right?
It's probably
Like a yacht-
after Polito.
It's after like an upper vault, right?
I don't
For-
see any of them in any
for
tiers. For
progression?
me, every scenario is their own.
Okay, this is why you don't play cop. All right, so I'm just asking. So where do you see like in terms of like heist progression?
I said
Like,
I
where's
see
he
it in
at?
between Polito and Vault, but I mean it could
Okay.
be after Vault as well.
All right, perfect. Like, so like, I actually would kind of agree with that. I feel like it kind of makes sense. So don't you feel like kind of, you know, you should probably like take it a little bit more seriously, right? Than just having like one person with a hostage and then just another guy just kind of running around, like just doing the job. Like, doesn't that seem kind of like just like min-maxing at its fullest?
I guess the yacht's a little bit
like how-
different
like-
because there's not really much information you guys have on Vaults besides their word. You can't
Oh, yeah,
get
I
into
don't
the
really
door,
know.
breaching the door. You don't know who's where. So
And
breaching's
like I
more
said
difficult.
before, whenever
It's a complete
she was
open space.
explaining, and when she was explaining, man, like, bro, number one, she was on the radio more than she was talking to us. She was just
Yeah,
a
so I'm just
mouthpiece
like,
for
so out
whoever
of
was in the
curiosity, it's
back.
like I understand like you want to up the difficulty, but it's like
Well, it's not
I
about
feel like
upping the
it's like this is
difficulty,
like esports level RP here. You know, you sound like X. X was talking to us about how like, yo, if she didn't want this to happen, she should have tucked herself into a corner and blah blah blah. Or they could have had 3 people at the front and then only one person
No,
working the job.
Well, I mean I definitely would have taken that a lot more serious. You know, I mean, I'm like, also, you know, like a lot of cops kind of like hate going to like robberies and stuff like currently, right? So basically that means I have to go to like every one when I'm around. Like I'm always down for dialogue and talking to whoever. But like it's kind of hard to when you have someone standing literally in the opening, right? There's just you can clearly see through the back. There's no signs of any other people involved. Like, you could say it's NVL to shoot them, but isn't it almost kind of also like NVL to not shoot that person and get those hostages off the yacht like they're an active threat? Maybe not NVL, but
But you could say
okay,
that with 90% of situations.
well, sometimes, but not really.
Most situations where they have a hostage, you can have a clear shot.
But you're generalizing what happened in most situations.
This is a
What
certain
happened
situation.
in this situation is what we're fucking talking about.
How many
is
vaults
that
have you guys
there?
breached that were 2 men?
Let me.
Oh, I've only breached 2 vaults, I think, and that was
Have
because
there
they
ever
shot a
been-
hostage each time.
Yeah. So have there ever been 2-man vaults? Because I've never attended a vault robbery where there is only 2 people robbing the vault.
Ask X, brother man.
I've never. I hardly ever get to like actually mess around and arrest X. Like very seldomly do I.
I guess he's just.
I don't
really
think
good.
I've ever. I don't think I've.
No,
I'm not
I
trying to
actually
be-
don't play in a time when he's around. So I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. In my time zone, I don't really see a lot of vaults because they're usually already hit. Because I kind of get up like some time before that tsunami.
What I'm trying to say is that we're generalizing this into every single scenario. Within this given scenario, we roll up, and you guys are right. Whenever before we even got on the boat, Kyle talked about it being a breach, right? But how many times do we talk about shooting cops or something else and then we not follow through?
It's pretty much the equivalency of that, out of all honesty.
He says that kind of shit all the time, and I'm not defending him. I know people are like, "You're defending." I'm
Yeah,
not.
but you guys also shot her before you even got information out of her, or all the information. So to say that you had the whole boat like cleared and stuff like that, you didn't actually know if you did. You weren't actually sure, or Brian
How are we
wouldn't
going
have
to
asked.
clear the
The
boat?
boat's pretty
How are we
visible.
going to clear? How are we going to clear the inside of the
That's
boat?
why
then? Or
you
want
can't.
us
If
to
you
go
can't
in-
get the information, then it's almost like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do it because we don't have all the information. Don't you think? If you were in a real life hostage situation and you can't see all the way through that boat, you really think you take the situation in your own hands right there and shoot them right there? You don't have any information on the boat.
We could see a good bit, and we know the layout.
There could have been a
by
guy on the
heart,
left
but-
and the right side that just weren't saying anything, right?
Yeah, there could have been.
There could have been. If that is an option, if there could have been, I just don't see that as a value life situation. At that point in time, wouldn't you reevaluate? You didn't even wait for her answer. Brian asked her the question.
She wasn't. I don't remember the situation. I assumed like you watched the situation. So
Yeah.
I wasn't. I don't really.
I just don't get how you guys can just be like, you know what, we probably shouldn't have done it. It was a bad call. It is what it is. You know, we'll.
I don't think it was a bad call.
Okay.
I mean, what? We want me to lie to you? I don't think it was a bad call at all. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. You can laugh at me all you fucking want. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, you guys just shot her. We had her gun to the back. It's just not
I
esports.
did, I
That's
shot
all
her.
I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not esports.
Fucking funny.
You know?
What I'm saying is within the within
Don't you
the
get
given
stores all the time and shit called on the at all times throughout the day as a cop?
So we're like store robberies.
Yeah. Like, no, just robberies, period. Just shit going on at all times as a police
like
officer.
just 90s
You guys
in
always
general,
get
just, like-
handed content to you, basically, right? I feel like there should just be at some point, there should be a thought process on like, hey, this content's being handed to us. Let's see where it goes. Not let's end it right here, right now, because I see an opening.
I mean, here's the thing though. We don't breach a lot.
Yeah,
And I feel
exactly
like
my
that was,
point.
like-
You decided that, hey, we don't breach a lot. Let's just do it right here.
Well, I felt like it was a good. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I feel like we're gonna be like pretty stuck on this. Like, I don't feel like I'm wrong. You feel like you obviously feel like I'm wrong. All right.
I mean,
which
if
is
this
fine.
isn't wrong, there's a lot of situations that should be, I guess would be right. I don't know. I can't even think of a situation that's much wronger than this.
Same.
Okay, then you guys can player report me if you want to. Like, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, if you have such a strong disdain for it, then I don't really know what to tell you besides that, because there's literally nothing wrong with that.
I mean, what's the
whatsoever.
job of a police officer?
Obey and survive.
How about de-escalate situations?
You're talking to the wrong guy. That's what all the other cops on the force are for.
Yeah, I guess so.
That might be the problem.
Yeah, Judd, why don't you come play cop then? Summit, you can play cop too. Like,
I
No,
tried.
I
They
mean,
won't make me one.
I feel like you guys
Why
are doing.
not?
I feel like you guys have enough people in the force, though. You know, it's not like I'm gonna change anything. You're put in a place of power for a reason,
not
right?
enough.
I would do it, but every time I do, they're like, oh, they're doing the academy later on. Keep blah blah blah.
Well, I have no say in that. I never heard your name brought up one time, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, funny how that works.
I mean, it just means you're not messaging me. I don't know who you, so I don't know who you're messaging.
Oh, I'm
I
not
mean,
blaming
one
you.
person. I know. Well, one person certainly can change something. I think that's a wrong mindset to have. Like, you guys could easily come around and be like, "Hey, let's do
Well,
it
I
this
mean,
way.
maybe I
Let's
just
be
don't feel
different."
like it deserves. I mean, maybe we don't. You don't have to change everything in character, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why we're having a conversation.
What? Huh? I don't understand what you mean by that.
I mean, you don't have to handle everything on like your character. You can have you can handle. That's why admins get certain things about certain situations. That's why rule changes happen, right? That's why. That's why I don't understand like with a problem with handling it right here on Discord. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I think a lot of other people would. I mean, I don't care. I'll talk about anything. I don't give a shit. Listen, here's the thing, right? I respect your opinion. I don't have anything against either one of you. Like, you guys sound like you have a little bit of an attitude, and like, you guys sound like you care a lot more than I do about the whole thing. So I think that both of you guys are pretty fucking compassionate. You know, you're passionate about it.
We know if it would have happened to us, how aggravated we would have been.
Yeah.
All right. Then you can maul about it on your streams for content. I wouldn't give a fuck. Do it.
We know.
All right, guys. Well, this was a great conversation.
I mean,
I think that's kind of where
I see it from both sides. I see it from both sides.
I mean, I see it from both sides too. I'm not trying to be a prick about it, but I feel like you guys don't really want to have a conversation. I feel like you more so like kind of, you know, want to make snarky fucking comments and shit. Like, you know, like you guys kind of think your opinion over anyone else's opinion. What you guys think is right is all that's right. And I'm here to tell you that I'm not one of the ones that's going to agree with you because I don't care. Like, I will tell you this, like, I think your opinion's okay. You're entitled to it. But from my standpoint and understanding of role play, I think you're wrong. And if you actually want to have a conversation about something, or if you want to kind of like, you know, be pricks about it, which is, you know, I mean, I can do the same thing to you, but I'm not going to do that. I actually like all you guys, but I'm probably not the best one to drag into a conversation because I'm not going to take your bullshit.
I don't think we've been pricks to you.
Judd, you're the biggest prick in here. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Your little snarky ass comments with your little shit.
You know what I really like, Kyle?
No, don't fucking try and say all that shit you say and make those Weasley little fucking comments looking for Keck W's in Summit's chat, motherfucker.
Oh,
it ain't gonna work on me. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
You know, Kyle, you know what I really like, brother?
It's an I don't give a fuck moment.
I really like these nuts on your tonsils.
Perfect.
Mad love.
Hey, Kyle, when's the last time you've ever admitted you were wrong on anything?
All the time.
Let's not start, guys.
All the time. I was wrong about a lot of things.
Here we go.
You okay?
Why don't you tell me one time I should have admitted when I was
Right now.
Excuse me, when I was wrong. I don't think I'm wrong.
Well, we know you don't think. You know, Charles Manson didn't think he did anything wrong either.
Gotcha. Here we go. More kind of childish comments that I don't give a fuck about, Judd, unfortunately.
Okay.
You're entitled to your opinion. You want to be offended? That's fine. You're a child. I don't care if you're offended. I'm just here to tell you that, you know, be offended, think what you want. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll have a conversation with anybody on anybody's stream. I don't care, but I'm probably not one of the ones you want to drag into it because I'm not going to just like lean back and tell you what you want to fucking hear.
I just don't think I don't care is a good enough excuse for everything. You're just like, I just don't care about this. I just don't give a shit about that. Your comments don't mean anything to me.
No, I'm saying
you need to understand that you're responsible for people's time, for not only being a higher up in the police force, but just by being a police officer character. Period. You're skipping this giant ass line of Q, right? And with that comes responsibility, and with that comes you're responsible for people's time, right? And like treating people the same way you should be treating people, minus like if you want to go harder on Chain Gang or something like that. I understand that shit, but taking openings just because you see them on a lower tier criminal just seems sucky to me. And then only blowing it off with, I just don't care, you know. But that's someone's time. That person could have been on the train for an hour. You know what I mean?
All right, my bad. I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
No, you know, it's pretty good. I'm not trying to like, you know where people waste their time on the server. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying I don't care about the particular RP situation. I'm saying I don't care about your guys' opinions on it, but I'll still talk to you about it. Okay? Like, I do care about the RP situation. I care about everybody's RP scenario. Like, I honestly, here's the thing. I think it's a popular misconception for people to think that when you're doing crime or like when you're doing shit that I generally don't want you to have a good time. Like Summit, you've been RPing on the server. Like you role played with me, like on Slim, on Pred.
I don't think you're a bad
Right,
character. You know what I mean? I like my
here's the
time that
thing.
I spent on your character. Yeah.
Exactly, and I do that with everybody, right? But here's the thing. Sometimes, you know, like this. We'll focus on this situation in particular. Sometimes everybody does things that some people don't like, right? My vision, my like opinion of like robberies sometimes is like, as a cop, I want to have like funny dialogue, good dialogue, serious dialogue, whatever is like the mood of the atmosphere of the situation. But I also kind of want to be immersed, and I want to take everything I do seriously because that makes things more enjoyable for me. So it's like, I'm not like a variety streamer like you, Summit, or, you know, even Hutch. I generally love RP more than anything. Okay. And all I really want is for people to, sometimes I feel like you need to take certain things just a little bit more seriously, as, you know, it's back to this thing where you're saying, excuse me, I got a burp. It's like back to the thing where you're saying, like, respect other people's time. And I never look at calls as really being handed content, because I'm not really a ping chaser cop. Like, I'm not sure how much you like know about me, but I'm kind of like, I really like to go out and do like my own kind of shit. But
you're like Wrangler, right?
You know, I think that I think it's being respectable of the police's time to take yourself seriously. And I think it's being respectable as the police towards the crims to take what they're doing seriously. And that's really all I think about the situation. Now, here's the thing, right? I just believe that if you disagree with what I did, that's fine. You can talk about it all you want. You know, you can try and make me look like I'm some kind of asshole. I don't really care. But I stand by it. Your opinions, like, you know, you can talk about them all you want. Say how, like, you know, I'm an RP denier, didn't extend role play, whatever. All right, that's fine. But at the end of the day, that's a two-way street. It's a two-way street for sure.
Understandable. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a prick. I hope you don't think like, you know,
I mean,
like,
I generally like you, and I like your
guys'
character.
opinions.
I just think this was handled in a different way than I would have liked it handled. Yeah.
See, I really wish you guys would just like play cop and.
But I have played cop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think you were a good cop. Like, just play cop and see if you guys can make the change.
Yeah,
I don't know why you're not allowed to play a cop, Judd. I think you should be allowed to play cop. You obviously have the knowledge, but if you don't like something,
maybe I just reach out at the wrong times.
Maybe, I mean, I don't know who you reach out to.
I'm not gonna name drop on stream.
Maybe they just don't take you serious enough, Judd. You doofus.
It could be.
I mean,
that's true. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, Judd's a good guy, man. I don't see why he wouldn't be a good cop.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting this. I didn't know that you guys were having a whole thing. I just messaged Hutch and he told me about this, and I saw it. So
yeah, I mean,
like I said, we weren't exactly stoked to see it. I was pretty heated about it, to be honest with you, because like I said, if I was her and a cop shot me like that, I'd be pretty fucking pissed. I'd be livid, actually. I would say some shit.
I mean,
I'd be.
Makes you feel better, Kyle. I got interrogated just like you.
That's fine.
I mean,
and I recall like being nonchalant all the time around cops. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how much do you want the individual cop to just be making decisions?
Well, right now it's also understanding that cops are being shot like in mass right now on the server.
I mean, you guys are also winning every single gunfight in known demand, though. We haven't won a gunfight.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie about you. We are fucking shut up.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy though when you got those numbers.
Yo, Summit, how you gonna get clapped up? The one time I was talking trash to you like that, bro. Didn't you put your gun away?
You know,
man.
I learned some new secrets after that, though, that nobody had told me before. Yeah, some like ways to kind of like minimize that problem. Like, I didn't know that going. Well, I didn't. Well, there's no way to figure out how, right? So I learned ways on how to figure that out.
Yeah.
With the pistol, you can kind of tell, but with the rifle, you can't. And people told me like there's a couple ways. One, if you go into your pockets, it'll 100% put your gun away, and then you can pull it out again. And then even if you just go into your pockets and hit use on your gun, it'll also be pulled out. So I was like, okay, that'll help me later. But yeah, that's why I got clapped up. It's literally, I thought I didn't have my gun out. Then my guy pulled his gun out, and I had already fucking registered the button for my guy to put it away. So he put it away again. I was looking like a dumbass.
Come on, man. You already know GTA is a terrible shooter, man. All right,
Dude, I
I'm
can't
jumping
succeed
out
in
of
this
here. I
game.
think the conversation's over.
Yeah, it's
so
done.
I'll see you
Yeah,
guys
I'm gonna
later.
go to bed
It's done.
myself.
Jeez, I'm gonna play
Hey
Valorant.
Kyle, mad love, bro. Always good to be around you, bro. Oh, he's out.
Valorant time.
Wait, where'd he go? I'm not done with you, you stupid ass bitch.
He just took off, man.
Oh.
Always interesting. But yo, appreciate it from outside perspective. That shit was wild, man. That shit was wild.
Yeah. Still not in full agreement, but I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever going to be a thing where it's ever a full agreement, especially as someone like.
It's all good. I'm
'cause
not mad. I was mad at first. I'm not mad. It is what it is. I just.
I mean, I play
Shit
both
happens.
sides, and I've been shit on by the cops. It's
all I do.
Real bad. It's
That's literally all I do. I'm a fucking L farmer.
all right, man. I lost y'all in the S Plus the other day, man. What you talking about?
We haven't done a.
Y'all went into
have we
the.
done a successful S Plus?
Y'all did.
Oh, yeah, I
y'all
think
did.
we did.
Y'all did one, and y'all were 3 deep in the black AMG, pitting the fuck out of us.
Chat,
and
get
y'all
over
didn't
it.
get
Stop
shot.
it. Oh, you mean to me, L plus mission?
Haunted
Did you have a clean shot?
Yeah, I just didn't give the order.
Well, you
You
missed your
talking
moment,
about
bro.
when me and
What's up?
Franny were just fucking running into every cop among known to
Fuck
man?
yeah.
And I was like, I just kept telling Franny, like, I don't know how we're not getting shot right now.
Yeah, because I didn't give the order. I should have given the order a long time ago, but that's on me. That's a me thing because I was focused on chasing the primary vehicle and not on y'all's busted asses. Fuck you guys. Kidding. No, it was cool. Live and
Guys,
learn.
stop talking shit.
It was fun.
Stop talking, period. Please, about the situation.
But,
Let's
I'm
get
gonna
over
dip
it.
up out of here. Appreciate you guys.
I already got
Y'all
pissed
take it
enough. I
easy.
already
I'll
said
see
over.
y'all
I already
on
went
the flip
overboard on
side
shit.
and
I'm pissed about it.
All right.
All right.
And
Jeez.
I'll leave y'all with the famous line. Y'all better have a good ass day. Actually, y'all better have a good
Man,
ass day.
fuck you, Quill. Nobody likes Australia.
Later, brother.
Peace out.
Stupid bitch. Quill, come in here so I can tell you to suck my dick.
All right, well, maybe I should play my cop character sometime.
Actually, come play Valorant with us. You want to play Valorant?
I'm trying to get Caroline on right now. We can play some normal games.
Yeah, you want to play
What'd you
Valorant,
get-
Quill?
What level did you get to?
16, 15, something like that.
Let me see if Caroline's on right now. I think she is. She might be in the game.
Well, you got to have a US account? And isn't the game free to play? Just make an account.
Oh, she's there.
We're doing unranked.
Hey, thanks for all the donations, guys. I appreciate it. It was very hard to
we're not
fucking
doing
even like. It's very hard to talk to all of them, and get all those through. I appreciate the donuts. If you were being mean in them, you shouldn't have been mean in them. I still think the situation kind of sucks, but it is what it is at the end of the day. You know, we're gonna keep playing GTA and keep trying to be successful on Charles and avoid as much of this as we can. We need to take X's words into seriously. You know what I mean? X knows what's up, bro. You gotta be hardcore when you're at these banks so you can minimize this problem. We just do that. Try to avoid the problem as much as possible. Honestly, dude, the whole full-blown idea of shooting cops like we have been, though, has been a bad idea. It's costing us a lot of problems. We've been getting smoked on Charles so badly, bro. It's been embarrassing. Literally, I can't shoot anybody in this fucking game. I legit can't shoot anybody. I don't know when I should stop my character, if I should keep my character moving, if I should keep driving, if I should even drive up on someone. Like, I don't know any of that shit, man. The worst combat driver / combat dude in the fucking server. I'm not even kidding. 100%. I've never struggled in a shooting game like I do in this one, man. I just fucking blow. Dude, I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. I, like, rolled up on those guys today, and I was like, I just didn't know if I should, if I shouldn't. Their back was turned, right? It's like... And then it was like, when I started shooting at them, it was like, do I keep
Quill,
my
you gonna
car
make a
standing
Earth account?
still and shoot them? Or should I just try to drive off right now? Or fuck, man. I just drove off like a doofus. Oh, man. Bad decision after bad decision when it comes to combat. I can't understand it. I'll drive for you. Honestly, dude, next time, like, dude, that's the big problem. I just can't drive, dude. Like, combat driving is its own bread and butter. And I need to do the buddy system with someone to put me in good positions to just shoot, you know what I mean? Realistically, that'll just be more successful. I just gotta stop trying to get good at it because it's just not happening, bro. I can't fire a gun. Bro, I just need to be put in good positions to shoot people in a video game, chat. I can drive to try and get away, but combat driving is completely different skill set. And we are Z tier.